So that is from, where is it from?
The Old Homestead.
The Old Homestead, yeah.
And that's here?
Yeah, on the square on M Street.
They're wonderful. They have done a number of things. They're one of our partners on weddings and special events. They do beautiful floral. They are great. They're junkers, but what they do is they take it all and they make it into,
Like repurpose?
yeah, Joanna Gaines it.
Oh, I wish I could do that.
They're amazing. They're so talented. So talented. And the space that they took over is a floral shop that has been here for years and years and years and years and years. And so it's really pretty. And what they've done is great. But Micheala saw on Facebook that they had
The Magnolia
candles.
Home candles.
And that's from Chip and what is
Joanna.
It?
Yeah.
And so now
Is that what this is?
Yeah, so we have never had, I mean, we've always had ambiance for our podcast, but we've never lit a candle. So you're special.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is.
So this is the first scented podcast.
It is, and it's scented
I
with
feel
love.
special.
Okay.
So special. Thank
So I'll welcome everyone to the Hospitalityc Authority Podcast. It's a unique one. I cannot give input on candles.
Oh, come on.
I have no knowledge.
You bought your dad a candle, remember?
Yeah, this was a decade ago.
You haven't walked through the mall and saw what are those? Bath and Body Works?
I really
love
try to
those
stay out of the
Yes,
mall.
Yeah. You don't even have to go into the store and you just smell
And it hits you,
Tons.
yeah. So I don't buy them. I don't burn them. I mean, I have candles in my home, but that's totally for when the power goes out. It's the only time they get lit.
percent.
That's it. Because I am half a prepper anyway.
Preparing for doomsday.
Yeah.
Right.
Or the
So-
zombie apocalypse.
We're just gonna go around the table and introduce ourselves. I'll start. I'm Kurt Wissenberg.
I'm Micheala.
I'm Krystl Knabe.
Hi, Krystl.
Hi, Krystl. Krystl's our special guest. I'm Miley. I'm just Smiley.
Just smiling.
Kind of like Cher. So,
Only I have all my ribs, and I don't have near as much money.
Do you ever get called Smiley Miley?
I do. It was my nickname. I get called, at home, they call me Mai.
My
Really?
students, actually, when I used to bring students to COLT, they referred to you as Smiley Miley because you were always smiling and happy.
Aww.
Yeah.
Well, you always had really great kids.
Yeah.
'Cause,
I
you know,
had some
O'Neill.
pretty great ones.
They have some pretty happy Irish kids up
They
there.
do. They do.
You know, we worked with an O'Neill kid. Tate.
Yeah.
Tate.
Jessel.
Jessel.
Russell. Yeah.
Such a smiley, happy
Yes.
kid.
He's a happy kid.
And he's just super sweet and OCD about his organization, which I adore.
I do too.
I
Yeah.
want him to go to college next year and then come back and be our intern the summer after.
I bet he would do it too.
I don't know
And
if he
love
would.
it.
I think he's such a talent that I think that we will be competing with some really big people to get him on their staffs because he's awesome. But Micheala, should Tate Jessel's apply, I think he has my vote.
Okay, well, he has to earn my vote, so.
You know, he might be listening to this because
He's like one of
he
our
probably
7
has heard
listeners.
one. Yeah, one of our 7 listeners. We are shooting for a dozen by the end of the month, I believe.
End
Well,
of April?
Yeah, by the end of April, I want a dozen.
Listeners that aren't our moms.
We have
Recruit them. How do you recruit them?
6
I don't know.
days.
I think we're going to record during COLT.
Yes, hand out cards. Be like, follow.
Oh
you wanna
my
hear yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Gosh!
That's true.
How do you follow? Hand them out.
Well,
You'll have all the
we're on
FFA
we're on 2
kiddos.
platforms. We're on SoundCloud. We're on YouTube.
But I'm heck bent that we're going to be iTunes before COLT. I just haven't. I was having an argument with RSS feed, which is beyond my understanding. But I understand I have to check a button, and I found the button. But now how to get it uploaded from there is a different story.
Yeah,
and
don't
does
know.
iTunes require you have a certain
Not
amount
techie.
before you can?
Well,
list it
because
on
it's
iTunes?
it's a week delay.
Uh-huh.
So you
it's
record
just
it and then you can't hear it for
for
another
a week. So my hope was that we'd have some in the can, and when we uploaded, we wouldn't be behind.
How does
Krystl, we've been going back and forth on what the
word
can is. Like we said in the bank at first, and we knew that wasn't right.
Is
So,
the can
but it's
the
the
right
can.
word? That's
I
what
think
it's
the
called?
can.
I think it's the can.
Yeah.
I think you have tapings in the can.
Tape.
Is that seriously the
I think
right
it is
I think
because
so.
film used to be kept in the canisters.
Yes.
So I think it's in the can. Huh.
I'm like the least techie person you will ever meet. So anything about podcasts, like right over my head.
Well, you're on one now.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
This is like a big thing for me.
It's a big deal. Liz, you should probably give some feedback on.
Yeah.
I could give lots of feedback on Krystl.
Well, no, I have a serious question. Does Santa source you for his reindeer?
I cannot reveal my Santa secrets.
So you will neither
But-
confirm nor deny that.
Very true.
Okay,
No
tell us.
confirmation or denial.
I want to hear about reindeer ranching.
I do.
They're pretty awesome. Not gonna lie, they're pretty awesome. But they are like high maintenance little animals. They know what they want and they will throw a fit if they do not get it.
So they're toddlers.
Yes, basically 2-year-olds with giant antlers, like 6-foot antlers. That's
Are
what
they
are.
fuzzy?
They are super fuzzy.
Are they like the reindeer in Elsa? What's his name?
But he doesn't really throw as much attitude as
But he
the real
snorts.
reindeers do. Yeah, they do. Very
He
much.
snorts and
And he likes to dance. Ours like to dance.
Oh, he likes to dance in the movie.
Yes.
What is his name in the movie? It's probably
Sven.
Sven. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Sven,
Yeah.
Do you
I
have-
still have yet to see Frozen.
Yes.
So
You need to.
Do you
so then
want to build a
understand.
snowman?
I know, and I've heard the song, and then I just make up words as I go because I don't know the words. We can name.
Oh, there's a song
Him,
about
he-
Sven. Reindeer are better than people.
That's a real song?
Yeah, he sings a song in Frozen about reindeer. I just
I need
don't
to look this
remember.
up.
Right now, the song that's in my head is "The Clumpy Way They Walk," which is the only song that makes absolutely no sense in that entire show. Anyway, I have issues with Frozen though, so we should probably not get into that.
Like you don't love it?
Well, the thing about it is it's an hour and a half movie about how a 2-minute conversation would have solved everything. I mean, granted, 2-minute conversations don't make as much money,
No, that's a pretty short
and
Disney film.
I love Veronica Mars, so her being in that movie and doing all the voices is pretty great.
I don't know who that is either.
Kristen.
I don't
Kristen
know
Bell.
people like that.
She's
She
married to Jack
is.
Shepherd.
I don't know
She
who that is
sings, "Do you want to build a snowman?"
Don't talk movies.
She's
with me.
Anna.
I don't know them.
Anyway,
She's Anna.
she's Anna,
Okay.
and she does all of the voices of Anna.
And that's the blonde one, right? Okay. Yeah.
No, that's
The
the.
blonde one's Elsa.
Yeah,
And
sorry.
the
I don't know.
That's the
Oh, the
redhead
redhead, the
dish.
one who
Got
likes the
it.
sandwiches.
Got it.
the
Okay.
non-magic one.
That
is
wants to
Anna.
get married in 2 seconds after meeting.
They finish each other's sandwiches.
Yeah.
Oh my
Do you want
gosh.
to get married? Yeah.
I've got an even crazier answer. Yes.
Does that really happen in this
It
movie?
does.
Oh, this is so
Have you not watched
unrealistic.
this movie?
But
No.
then Elsa comes
Like
back
pieces of it.
and is like, "No, you can't marry someone that you literally just met."
Oh, good. There
And
is
then
some,
she gets
reason.
really,
Yes.
she gets really mad.
And that's what causes
The whole thing.
Is her.
Well, actually, no. That's the second argument that could have been solved in a decent face-to-face conversation.
I feel like.
Well, but I feel like your
Come on, Mr.
sisters.
Rosenberg. Come on.
I
Chime in
have
here.
no response to that.
Nothing.
I'll tell you what I
Let's
was
talk about
thinking. I was
Disney.
like, yeah, I do need to see this flippin' movie.
I was just all about the snowman and the reindeer. So now I'm finding out that there's like this other story.
Oh my gosh,
I
that's
just
so
wanted the
great.
snowman and
There's
the
like
reindeer.
Yeah.
troll things.
They look
too.
like rocks. And then they're not.
Yeah, they're like hibernating rocks,
Rocks,
and then
yeah.
they like pop up and they're people.
Are they good people?
Yeah.
They're healers,
They're healers.
and they raised what's his bucket?
Oh yeah, the guy who has the reindeer.
No,
Santa?
Yeah.
No, no, Santa.
Totally. I feel like Disney is making this very difficult for children to follow. Like,
No,
Santa
because
has the
they're
reindeer.
all
Nobody else
related.
should have the reindeer.
They're all related.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Do they
yeah,
explain
because
that?
Anna and Elsa's parents perished going to Rapunzel's wedding.
Is this
Yeah.
part of the movie?
Well, it's part of some colluded storyline that they sold us, and Micheala and I believe.
All
Yeah.
of the royal families are related, which brings me back to
Back to
World
Queen
War I.
Victoria!
No, I go back to World War One, where all the royal families were related by marriage. But World War One is not as fun to talk about. Well,
Now, let's
It's
talk
not as
about
bright.
more fun things. Okay, so first off, Krystl, what do you do for a day job?
I am the State FFA Advisor and a career field specialist at the Department of Education. So I get to work with all of our teachers across the state and FFA advisors, and I get
When you said career field advisor, I just envisioned like you being at Cabela's with a sight. And
I would
like you're
think-
out
I would like
in the
that.
field hunting
Yep.
reindeer.
oh,
We're doing it.
Do you get it? Do you get it?
I get it now.
Yeah,
I don't
like
always
field
follow
and stream.
where your brain's going.
I know. I don't
skill.
either.
No, it's a skill.
It's a skill.
I've honed it over almost 6 years.
So you knew.
Kind of, yeah.
You kind of were in the ballpark.
Her and I can communicate, though, with just a look.
We don't have to
Or
have words.
A squeal of a voice. Like, we can communicate.
You should see us during COLT. We
No.
don't even have to be in the same room to know what each other are thinking.
This I know because we share a desk.
You're not on that level yet?
And, oh God, no.
No squeals?
And
no
so,
looks?
No.
No communication that way, huh?
I'm a non-squealer.
You're like a verbal word type
However,
communicator.
yes, but I will say my goal for every day is to make Micheala cackle.
Does it happen?
Oh yeah, most days.
Usually by
Most
9:15.
days.
And when he
great.
does, like, there's a legit smile that comes on his face. Like,
was
he has
telling
pure enjoyment.
dad jokes the other day. They were terrible.
They are.
What
too.
kind of dad jokes?
They're not really dad jokes. They're like teacher jokes.
What were your jokes
What's your
yesterday
one?
that you were telling on the way?
You thought they were dad jokes?
They're
I think they're dad jokes.
My favorite is the two muffins in the oven, and one muffin says, "Whoa, it's hot in here," and the other muffin goes, "Whoa, talking muffin." One of my favorite. I think that's
Very
a teacher joke.
appropriate
though.
teacher joke.
Exactly.
too.
See,
You can say
So,
that.
the
that's
jokes-
a good one.
Yes.
Why did the monkey fall out of the tree? He was dead. That's
See?
a good teacher joke.
Yes, it is.
So you was telling my son yesterday we went to Cross County to interview officer candidates, and Chaz, my 7-year-old son, has been helping us with them because he's very good at it.
He's interviewing?
Yeah,
Very
he
cool.
has the 3 hardest questions.
Nice.
His questions are: Why do you want to be an officer?
Good question.
How do you handle disappointment?
Very good question.
And is there anything else we need to know
Excellent question.
while we make our decisions today? Yesterday, he wanted to take one of Kurt's questions because he really likes it because he can take notes to Kurt's question, which question was,
What role do you see yourself filling on this team?
yeah, Chaz really likes that question. He says he'll be ready when he gets to answer that question. Kurt doesn't think that Chaz will answer those questions. Kurt thinks that Chaz is going to contract himself out to other student organizations by the time he's 16 and just have a consulting business.
Dream big. Do it.
Which I told him would be a conflict of interest with his mother's employment. or
you
his
could
mother.
Just have him work here.
See,
Chelsea.
that might be a conflict of interest too.
When he's 16, he can fill out an application just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Huh.
True.
He wants to work here because in the summer, he wants to drive lawnmower for Dario.
And eat as many churros as he can.
Yeah.
Because they're amazing.
Yeah. And he likes cheesy potatoes, especially when Barb makes them.
Oh, talk about those bar things that I love.
Those cookie,
love.
fudge
amazing.
nut bars. So
Yes.
back in the day, Lance Atwater, when he was a state officer,
Oh, yes.
obsessed with fudge nut bars.
I'm pretty sure I am now.
Well, we can't get them anymore, so we've been talking about it for like 4 years. So, kitchen manager John started doing his magic, and him and Barb have been talking about what these things are, and he started looking through mixes and stuff, and I think he came really darn close to what they were. I think they need to be a little bit more fudgy, but
Oh, they were delicious.
I don't
Oh,
know.
perfect.
To be fair, I didn't actually eat them when we had them because the entire concept freaks me out.
Why? What part?
I don't like
that you're putting
fudge.
cookie and fudge together?
I don't like fudge.
That's perfect.
I don't like fudge.
Why? Who doesn't like fudge? Do you?
I love fudge.
Fudge?
But I mean,
It's not my
like,
favorite
Oh,
thing.
no, it's so weird.
I like all sweets though.
I know you
All
planned
sweets,
yeah.
planned all the cult meals around
All
dessert.
meals are around dessert. Like, okay, let's get real. Priority, dessert. We don't
So-
care about the main dish, just dessert.
So if you had your way, we would have the fudge nut bars
And churros every day.
and the churros.
That's it.
Did you like the carrot cake?
I didn't have the carrot cake. I'm not a big carrot person.
Dude,
I'm with you. I don't like carrot cake.
that carrot
No,
cake
it's
is
a
I can't get by-
consistency.
it's
I
homemade
can't
and
get by
it's so
it.
delicious.
There are vegetables in a cake. I just can't.
Dude, that
That
makes
is
cake
my
good.
reasoning.
Yeah.
I've told
do
her
it.
that.
No. Mm-mm.
She doesn't
that
like
I understand.
Yeah, I
I mean,
can't.
I'm
There's a
not a picky
vegetable.
eater,
Yeah.
so I eat it and I love it. But
that carrot
Veggies
cake.
shouldn't be in a
was the
cake.
bomb.
No.
It's just.
It-
Although
no,
I
it was
did like
amazing.
John's zucchini brownies.
Yeah, where he hid
Zucchini
zucchinis in it and I didn't
Did
even
you eat
know.
it?
I ate it.
Did you?
Couldn't.
I did. I was shocked because I hate zucchini.
Can you see it?
No,
No.
you can't.
after he told us,
Then we all
Then
knew it
we
was
could
there.
figure it
I
out.
I had a feeling it was zucchini brownies, but they were really, really good. And you can't see the zucchini, so
What does it taste like? Different than a regular brownie?
there's just a slightly different taste, but it's nothing like.
It's sweet. Yeah, it's
yeah,
really
it was
good.
sweet. Yeah.
Dario thought all of us were pretending we didn't know it was zucchini brownies so that he would eat them because he doesn't like zucchini, and he accused me of that. And I was like, wait,
Did you
I
like
won't
them?
eat them if there's zucchini in there. So John just told me they were brownies. And Michaela's like, I think there's zucchini in here.
I mean, you really have to like study the brownie
Yeah.
if you want to.
I just ate it.
But
It was good in my belly.
I'm gonna stick to the churros. And those
Okay,
cookie
well,
bar
I put chocolate
things.
chips in there.
We're
too.
gonna have
And you
cream
put
puffs for
caramel.
dessert.
Yes.
That's gonna be
Those are
good.
good. Yes.
And I think they're gonna accent them with caramel and chocolate.
I love that.
I think
I
if
think
we
this
went
is
back
great.
into our podcast bank and listened to all these,
There's food in every.
there's
single
food
one.
in every.
It's okay.
Every single
It is
one.
okay. People gather around the table for food, and that is great, like friendship,
great
and networking.
bonding.
Yes, it's good.
Yeah,
It's good.
we like
Reconnect.
Yeah.
Over food.
coffee and food.
Yeah. Oh, coffee.
Oh, I love coffee. I
Coffee enters into the podcast from time to time as well.
It should.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I was really bummed yesterday. Our trip didn't involve coffee.
Do you do lattes?
I
Like a favorite flavor of
coffee.
latte, or just straight up black coffee? Black coffee.
Well, I like black coffee. I like dark coffee with a touch of heavy whipping cream in it.
Mm-hmm.
I like extra foamy breve caramel macchiatos from Starbucks with an extra shot.
Mm-hmm.
I like every once in a while when I get a kick for chocolate, which is very, very rare. I like a mocha with one pump of chocolate in it and have it iced.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty
That
good.
sounds good.
It is. We might have to go get one of those, Krystl.
Yes.
But I really, and I like iced coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Like-
not forget the holiday.
Oh, the holidays!
It's our
Oh,
favorite
the holiday
holiday.
flat white.
Yeah.
What is this?
From
It's,
Starbucks?
it's this
Yeah.
dream coffee. We told you our very first meeting.
Yeah.
We got them, and then we
Is
were
that
like,
what was in your cup?
yes.
Oh.
Oh,
And you
I
were saying
spilled
it was
it on
wonderful.
myself.
and it was amazing.
Is this some sort of seasonal beverage?
It is. However, because John worked at Starbucks and I worked at Starbucks, and we have friends who work at Starbucks.
You stole the recipe.
No, we
They
have
recreated it.
recreated and we've figured out how to get through the months where there isn't one.
However, I showed them the picture. Miley told me to show them, and they look at me like I am some person speaking a foreign language.
But it's so good.
But yeah, when we met with you that day, I was going to take a drink of it, and the lid popped off. And
At the office?
no, on the way,
Yeah.
In the car.
and coffee all down.
It
my
was-
Well, I don't think I remember that. So
Okay,
you
good.
did it
I'm
really
We
glad.
were
well.
so
Well,
nervous to meet with you. So we were just like, we need to get there on time. And she's like, I smell like cinnamon. I'm like, you smell really good. I smell like coffee.
Thankfully, Miley had a bottle of water in the car.
I did.
So I was
and
like,
she was like,
washing.
and I
Yeah.
had a
'Cause it was
napkin and we were on the
literally-
freeway.
down the entire front of my
Yeah,
shirt.
and she was like
no,
trying
I
to clean
didn't
up that
see
mess,
that.
and we were on the phone with my mother, and she's apologizing to my mom because she's cleaning up this coffee mess. My mom is dying. Everyone on the freeway is like slowing down to see what's going on in the car.
Checking it out. Like, what's
We were
going on
just
in there?
hi, coffee, just coffee.
Yeah.
No,
But
no,
it was
we're-
good coffee.
It
It
was.
was,
And then I
it
smelled
was.
like cinnamon the rest of the day.
She smelled so good.
It's a good thing.
She was like, she smelled like a holiday flat white.
You have no
Just put in a
idea
little
the
spray.
comments I've been suppressing the past 2 minutes listening
Let's hear it.
to this
Okay.
story. No, I
They're
can't.
good.
It's
Yeah,
not-
this is
It's gone.
no,
it's
I mean,
gone.
no,
Yeah.
they're here. I'm still here. I'm just
Say
not
after
going to
the
say them.
podcast, you'll share.
Oh yeah, after the
No.
podcast,
After
I
the
will share,
podcast,
but it's
okay.
not something I want
So-
our 8 listeners to hear.
So you need to get us back on track, boss.
I'm not sure what track.
Okay, I have a
down.
track.
Coffee track.
So-
Here.
yeah.
Do you have a track?
No.
Do you have a track, Micheala?
No.
Okay.
So
So,
confused.
Krystl, you are going to be practically living here for the next month.
I am.
Like, I think
Yes.
there's like 3 days you're not here, and then you're back here again.
We will
So-
not publish your room number.
No,
thank you.
we
Thank
won't
you so
let
much.
anyone know that you're staying in 109.
Okay.
In
I'm pretty
the
sure
Smith
that's like
Lodge.
an intern room, maybe. Oh, yeah, you're right.
In Cairo. No, just kidding. Anyway, so you're coming here with the FFA, and you're
Yes.
going to be here for COLT,
Yes.
which is Chapter Officer Leadership Training.
Correct.
And you're in a new role, but you've actually been to the Leadership Center a number of times over the
Numerous
years.
times, yes.
So, do you have a fond memory, either as a student or as an advisor, as a state staff person, or several? Is there
Several
like
fond
one that you
memories.
could share?
Oh, my first, not exactly fond, but I'll share my first memory of COLT. I show up and I am a freshman in high school. going to be a freshman in high school. So I just finished 8th grade year. I'm excited. I'm going to be a chapter officer. I get here and they tell us we're staying in the cabins. And we had a new advisor that had no idea that you needed to bring bedding and towels. I'm like, what is going on? I'm going to be here for 3 days sleeping on this mattress with nothing. And I thought we were going to like a Holiday Inn and they have shampoo and whatnot. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is happening? But the state officers and the staff then at TLC were wonderful because I was not alone. Obviously, my entire chapter was in that boat. And they said, don't worry, we will get you bedding, we will get you towels, we will get you shampoo, it'll be fine. And the entire COLT experience was fabulous. Like, once you got over that first, like, ooh, I did not prepare for this.
You were young, too.
I was very young.
For most of the attendees.
Yes. So I was...
You would have,
13?
yeah, 13 or 14.
Just barely 13.
Yeah.
Because I graduated young, so I was young. Yeah, did not know what I was getting myself into. But then once we got over that, okay, there is bedding and towels, it'll be fine. It was fabulous. And I remember going to the dance, and flashlight relays were one of my favorite things. So I'm really excited we're bringing that back this year.
To be fair,
Super
it's
excited.
also one of the staff's favorite things.
Okay. Good.
Dario has been known to bring out things to help
Challenging course.
challenge.
I love it.
Our staff is really creative, and we're always willing to help our guests out in areas where creativity might be needed.
Flashlight relays. Perfect.
We love it.
Perfect.
So you came here as an officer.
I did.
And then, were you a state officer?
I was not a state officer. I came here 4 years as a chapter officer, and then I went to UNL for my undergrad and my graduate work. I became an advisor, and I started the FFA chapter in O'Neill, and right away brought my officers down, and every year it was something I looked forward to, of bringing them down. And I knew to prep them to bring bedding and towels every year, top of the letter, bring bedding and towels.
So as an advisor, did you get to stay in a hotel room, or were you always out in cabin duty?
No. If my members were in the cabin, I said I would stay in the cabin with them. And I think my last year, maybe my last 2 years, I ended up in the hotels. And I think that there was a time where certain officers were in the cabins and then some were in the hotels. There was like a division based on what their office was. And I happened to get a random draw to be in the hotel one year. And I thought, wow, you don't have to bring your own bedding. So that was neat.
So anyone listening, she's now a state advisor. She does not have to bring her own bedding.
No,
though we have said because they move in and they're here for literally a month and a half, if they'd like to bring things from home,
And
we'd understand.
Yeah.
Like a reindeer.
So the reindeer might get a little bit warm out here in May. Just a little bit. He might have to hang out
I
in the
have an
pool.
air conditioner that we could put in the garage, and we could make Seaman Hall a
the
reindeer shed.
A reindeer-friendly facility.
Oh yeah, I feel like we could blindly get Dario on board for that.
I love it.
Krystl, what's the market for reindeer-friendly facilities for conference and retreat centers? I mean, could we bring in some big reindeer conventions?
If we were reindeer friendly.
Well,
I think
maybe.
that's a very kind no.
Let me think on that.
Yeah, you think on that.
It might be a little bit warm here. They tend to be more like Alaska-ish.
So how do you care for these? I'm going to go back to reindeer.
Yeah, I want to know all about the reindeer.
It gets really hot here in the summer.
It does, really
what
hot.
What do you do?
Let me tell you about that. There was one day I got home from work last year, and that was the week. It was like 100 degrees for the entire week. It was miserable.
It was miserable here too, because that was the week the air conditioning gods worked against us.
That's never fun. Never fun. So I got home, pulled in the driveway, hit the garage button. I'm like, there are reindeer in my garage. My husband decided to bring them in the garage, turn the air conditioner on, and the garage was cooler than my home. Yeah, my garage. And there were reindeer. There were reindeer with antlers scraping the ceiling in my garage. I'm like, this is going to go very bad, very, very bad. But the coolers outside couldn't keep up with how hot it was, so we had to bring them into the garage. They did not love it. I hated it. Soon they went back out to their own area once the 100 degrees went back down. But they do. They have their air conditioners, and then they also have sprinklers on them all year, kind of like hogs.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen hogs be, in the heat, sprinklers all the time.
Okay, so I was not aware that Nebraska was necessarily reindeer friendly. Like, I grew up in Minnesota.
We're not
And
super
I
friendly.
lived in Michigan. And there's lots of reindeer farms in both places.
Kalamazoo, that's where we had
Yeah,
our first reindeers.
absolutely. And they have them, like, when you drive along the highway and stuff,
Yes.
there's reindeer just grazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. How did you get into reindeer? 'Cause I think that's...
not easy.
Did you, like, hey, Dad, let's reindeer farm?
No, I did not. My brothers and my dad came up with this, what they say is a great idea, and I thought they were losing their mind. And it started out as an SAE for my younger brothers. So they
Reindeers.
Reindeer. They wanted it. And my dad always thought this would be kind of cool. It's different. Like, yeah, because you're losing your mind. And they did it. Yeah, so they contacted.
Crazy people never know that they're crazy.
No.
So, but
Yeah.
now that's funny because
Yeah.
now, God rest his soul, your dad has passed
Yeah,
on.
he did.
And he left you quite a legacy. You take care of the reindeer
Yeah,
now.
so
it
only
was
one-
their SAE,
Yeah.
and now it's your livelihood.
Yes, that's right. So the only one in the family that was like, what the heck are you doing? Do not get reindeer. I inherited the reindeer.
did.
Yeah. So when you get reindeer in Nebraska, you have to go through the Department of Ag and you have permits and things like that. And there's a lot of blood testing to get them here. And so they were all in my dad's name. And when he passed, he's like, yeah, you're going to get all the livestock, including the reindeer. I'm like, thanks. And then now my husband loves them, so they will never go away. I'm so excited about that.
Oh dear.
I know. I'm like,
Oh
awesome.
dear. See what
I thought I love reindeer.
Yes. They're pretty cool.
We
though.
have a
They
goal.
are.
We have a big Krystl and I kind of a secret goal for December.
Yes, we do.
We want to do a holiday celebration out here and have the reindeer.
I'm all for
I think
it.
it's going to be great.
And we'll
Yeah.
have Chef John in the kitchen do up cookies and cocoa. And we'll bring out Santa's helper, Mr. Malone, maybe.
Yeah.
And we could maybe collect canned goods and, I don't know, have some Christmas caroling. I don't know. But we put up so many Christmas trees and stuff. It's just beautiful here. I think Andrew, our lighting friend, would have a blast getting ready for something like that. And we would have reindeer.
As long as we can have cookies too, like those cookie bars. Top priority.
Done.
Deal.
The one
Done.
stipulation. We can put like red frosting on them or something like that.
I don't
to make
care.
It
That's
festive,
just,
but yeah,
we
cookie bars.
we could maybe put snowflake sprinkles on them or
Perfect.
something.
A little powdered sugar. It looks
There-
like snow. Great.
There you go. Or we could just have them as is because I don't
I'm
see the
game.
need to defile things with frosting, sprinkles, or powdered sugar.
Anything with sugar for Miley.
Yeah, powdered sugar belongs on one thing,
Puppy
and that's
chow.
a donut. Oh, puppy chow.
Puppy chow.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do
Two
puppy chow.
things. I rescind that statement. I would like to retract it and amend it and make it better.
Two.
Powdered sugar belongs in two things.
Yeah.
Without objection? Okay,
Without
that's
objection.
fine.
Okay, got it. So reindeer. How many reindeer do you have?
So right now we have 2 males. We had 2 more females, but they reached the end of their lifespan last year, so they're passed. And then there's a little bit of a wait list to get reindeer into Nebraska. So this summer
No
we
way.
should get 2 more females. I know, a little wait list.
Is there anybody else in the state of Nebraska that has reindeer?
To my knowledge, there is one other, and it's.
Do you have reindeer games then?
Well, we have like our territories, but yes.
So is there like a
They're good people.
competition for who gets, like, I would imagine you're very busy from Thanksgiving through
There's no
like
state
Year's.
fair reindeer
No,
show.
which I feel like I should be able to. I don't know, like ask
Well,
for that.
if
How do
we
you do
Yeah.
wanted
that?
to
But
in
you'd be the
December,
superintendent then.
how
That's
about
fine,
in
and
Dec-
I would win. That's the
so December we could probably facilitate some kind of reindeer games here, right?
I want a show.
Should we
Like
do a
I want
show?
to judge and I want to lead it around.
Okay, you
Set 'em
cannot
up,
judge
just like cattle.
and you Krystl.
Come on, why not?
You cannot be the judge
Why not?
and the person showing. Like, if that's the case, we
Maybe.
might as well put a mirror up in your pen out there, and you can just walk around at home and save yourself.
Yeah,
the
and be
show
like,
rush.
look at this
Right.
awesome reindeer. Isn't
So
it
what?
great?
I
So
feel
we'll have Kurt.
Kurt
you can be the
could
judge.
judge a reindeer.
Oh, yeah, I can judge
Oh,
reindeer.
yeah.
We'll send
Yeah.
you like the outline of what to look for ish, kind of something
Like-
like
Sure,
that.
yeah. And
Does he
Yeah.
have a red nose?
A lot of
Does
the
he
time-
look jolly?
personality.
Can he fly?
Yeah.
Does he have the sparkle?
Antlers are a big deal.
I love
Yeah.
antlers. Their antlers are fuzzy.
Well, so they drop their antlers every year right after Christmas.
What do you
and
do
they-
with them?
Right now, there's an abundance of them in my garage, but people will buy them and make jewelry and make like antler type chandelier type things and all that.
Oh, you're
fun stuff.
giving her so many ideas.
Pinterest it. There's great things.
We could put some right there. Should we just mount some antlers right in the boardroom?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Probably
There was a
every
bit of
room.
a pause in that.
Well, yeah, there was. That was to just so the listeners would know that I'm not exactly serious. But if we're going to eventually become a reindeer-friendly
There.
facility,
We
Yeah.
have to have reindeer
we have to have
antlers.
decor.
Yeah. Have the first ever Nebraska reindeer show right here.
Yep.
Oh
At TLC.
my gosh.
We'll bring 2 actually, so there's competition.
This is true vision.
I love it. This is agricultural and education. It's what this place was founded for. Reindeer games.
Yes.
100%.
Can we call the show Reindeer Games?
I'm game.
And then
There was
can
a
we have a
movie by the
torch?
same name, so that
Can
would
we have
be
a torch?
Trademark.
And
Trademark.
then could we I'll spell it G-A-J-A. No. I'll figure out a way around it. Leave me alone. I'm braining this idea right now.
braining it.
Oh, and the trophies would be amazing. And hot cocoa sales would be great. And we could, oh my gosh, this would be a reason to get an ice rink.
Probably we should
And-
we'll go back and we'll pencil something in.
Yeah, I feel like this is happening.
So we don't.
Oh my gosh.
How will Dario take this?
Dario, I think, will be all for it.
Will he?
One time I pitched
Yeah.
an idea that we should fence in the prairie and put 3 bison out there, and he was like, let's do it.
Oh, good. Good.
And I told him I was going to get goats, and he didn't say no. I said, how about sheep? He didn't say no.
Sometimes I
When
think
I
he just
said-
does not respond. to
When I
the
said,
ideas.
how about we get an office puppy? He said no. That was the only time he's ever said no to me.
I think I could bring one for the month of
Yeah,
May.
but the problem
Very
is
cute
that
little guy.
we really pride ourselves on we only have work dogs here because so many people can't go to a lot of facilities because they can't guarantee that they're
Right.
pet dander free.
Right.
And for the most part we can, and we go through a lot when we do have working dogs in our rooms to make sure that they're dander free. So we really pride ourselves on that.
And that's
So
that's
then
an
we pitched-
allergy issue.
Right.
I guess.
And so then we
Right.
pitched the most amazing idea, which he just really wouldn't even consider. And it was like, let's write China and see if we can get on their friendship program.
Like the
And-
country?
Yeah.
Oh.
And get an office panda.
I love this plan.
I know, right?
Who could say no to that?
Dario.
Oh. Why?
Because he said they're too big and we don't have a chair for it.
But I keep reminding her that she is technically the boss.
Yeah. Micheala reminds me often that I actually have all the say.
True.
I'm gonna go
You
with
can get it a chair. I mean,
Yeah.
problem
Like,
solved
right?
there.
I
if you
think...
can get a
easy.
panda, you can keep it.
Yeah.
Well, no one can you can't keep a panda indefinitely because China owns all the pandas. But they
Is that
are
for real? I did
It's
not
for
know
real. And China, the pandas are like the symbol of friendship. So they will friendly share you a panda.
So they just loan it to you? I did
Yeah,
not
all
know this
pandas
was a
are
thing.
loaned. Yeah.
They've like commercial.
I learned that because when I lived in Michigan,
Are you for real? I feel like I'm.
I
reading
had
this
a
and I
friend
shouldn't be.
who owns an
They
animal
do an
safari
exchange type thing.
in Ohio, but her dad had an animal show in Detroit, and that's how they got into exotic animals. And she shared all about, because they used to have to sign off on things. So
What about a zebra?
zebras
York
are
FFA?
really cool, but they're really they're not
mean.
so nice.
They're mean.
There's someone in Sutton who's got giraffes.
You should put that with the goose. They'll be friends.
I don't think the geese know how to be friends with anybody.
Well, maybe. If they both
I
have a
actually
bit of
was
an
telling
attitude,
Kurt
they'll
that I
get
think we
along.
should get ducks to the pond.
Will it make the geese nicer?
I don't know, but he told me I could get Muscovy ducks, which, by the way, when I was in North Carolina, someone tried to tell me it was a turkey vulture. Not a turkey vulture.
Oh, that was a long discussion.
Yeah, the national, was there a national officer from North Carolina that was here, or a visiting officer from
Convention?
North Carolina?
This year, yes.
Yes.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, and I showed him the picture, and he's
Yes.
like, "Oh, honey, that's a vulture." And I was like, "Oh, it's in my car." He's like, "What?"
In your car?
Yeah. Anyway,
Why?
you need to go
Because
back. and-
Miley's friendly with all animals.
I like
Did
animals.
you say, come on, animal?
No,
get
it
in my car.
hopped
Open the
in my
door.
car. And then I was like, honey, Trace needs to get in my car, and she won't get in the car if you're in the car, so you need to get out. I hopped out. It looked really sad. I bleached the seat. We got going.
Yeah.
I looked at the
Disinfect
pelicans.
everything.
I saw pelicans by Grand Island.
Squirrel.
I like pelicans.
Yeah. Thank you.
I like animals.
Yeah.
But the reason I think getting a domesticated duck in for our pond would be that the fox that roams around here would eat it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
The woodchucks were out yesterday, too.
But the zebra would protect the duck. I'm just saying.
Well, so
Throwing
I
that out
think
there.
we should have a farm here. We should get a couple cattle.
Mm-hmm.
We should have chickens. we should have some sheep, which I think Brad and Jason would get me.
Can I veto the chicken idea?
I
Chickens
just-
are not.
Miley really wants chicken.
I want
Why?
eggs. Well, because my husband, when he was little, had 2 bantam cochins named something and something. They were really adorable, and my stepdad never let me have fancy chickens. I only got to have chickens that laid eggs or were eaten. And I want 2 fancy, cute chickens. But also, I want goats. And I used to have goats, so I have hooked up with goats.
I think
And maybe
fainting
some
goats.
llamas.
Fainting goats.
No,
for sure.
fainting goats won't work on a property like this because
Why?
we'd kill them.
Oh.
Because
Not
they're
a good
really
thing.
delicate.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. So,
Interesting.
and some llamas. And I don't like emus. We're not getting... The only birds I really want are chickens and maybe a duck. I don't really like
So
emus.
Really?
no
Chickens.
exotic Australian birds?
Emus and ostriches are pains in the butt, and when they run away, they run across the county. Like, my aunt had them, and we were on the hunt for an ostrich or an emu for like 6 weeks. Found it in a shed.
That happened to my mom's peacocks. They flew into like a cornfield and.
See, like, I
couldn't
like
find 'em.
peacocks,
Did they
but
get lost?
I don't
think
know
so.
if the neighbors
Then they
would like
disappeared.
peacocks.
Sure, they got eaten.
Oof.
So, anyway, so reindeer, December. Hopefully we can make that happen.
I
That
want
was,
it.
like,
I want
the
it to happen.
longest
I want it to
circle.
happen.
All the way back around.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Krystl, so is this your first podcast ever?
This is my first podcast ever.
Has
anywhere,
it been
ever.
a good, positive experience?
I'd say yes.
Are you uncertain of what you just participated in?
Yeah, a little bit, but it was good. We talked about coffee, reindeer.
So, Leadership
Yes.
Center, are you a fan?
I am a fan. I've always been a fan.
Great. We're fans of you and the officers. Oh my gosh, you've got a great group of state officers
They're
this
pretty
year.
fabulous. We love them.
Kurt told me that we might be having Haley on the podcast potentially. So,
She's great. You'll love it.
so we adore her.
She's great.
Are
I
there-
think we'll try throughout COLT to try to get them all
Get a
on
couple.
Yeah,
at some point.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we might try. I think it'd be fun to get some of the advisors on. I don't know how reckless that could be or ridiculous it could be, but
you
it's
might
okay.
have to edit.
We don't edit.
Yeah, we don't edit. We
That's
We
a
don't
big
edit.
risk.
Yeah.
Big
It is
risk.
a huge risk. We publish it all and we don't edit.
Ooh.
We're known for our edgy
Good luck with
podcast.
that.
we're really, we're
luck
really
with that
edgy. Woo!
You never know what you're gonna get.
Reindeer
don't.
coffee.
They shoot straight with you. It's pretty great. Yeah. No filter on some of them.
I do
Yeah,
want
we
to
may
say
have to warn.
Yeah.
we'll,
Be like,
we'll have
okay,
to warn them.
This is what you cannot say. Please be careful.
Yeah, and remember, it's going to be on the internet. It's going to be there
Children
forever.
can listen to
Forever.
this.
Forever. This has been great, and the FFA officers are just they're
Yes.
great.
Yes, they
I
are.
mean, we talk about guests that we enjoy, and they're just a joy.
They are.
They're
They're so
wonderful.
sweet.
They're
Yeah.
polite and they're respectful and they're nice and they're fun and they're funny and they'll come talk to us and we'll feed them candy and they keep coming back because of that. of
Just for the
course.
candy.
For the candy. And it's been a great experience and we're
Good.
really looking forward to COLT.
Yes.
We
as
are.
well.
We are. We're a little nervous, but we are.
You're nervous.
Well, because I have a recurring nightmare. I think
Of what?
Micheala does too.
Of what?
That we run out of rooms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Throw some
I
tents up. It'll be fine.
go through the room chart. I told Kurt this by COLT. I will know every single chapter's room. Like, they're located on the second floor of Hewitt, or they're located, like, if you ask me a chapter, I'm like, I know where they're at. Don't you worry.
The first year we did lodging, a teacher forgot to call. And so we actually had a chapter stay at my house. It was fun.
See, you just make it work.
And we had
We
an
do.
advisor
Tents
move out
up.
and stay.
Yeah, we had an advisor come stay at my house.
It's totally okay.
She's like, I'm fine. I
I'll
can
just
stay
go
here.
stay at Miley's house.
They can have my room. No
It's
big
fine.
deal.
You should have a closet full of hammocks. If you run out of room, just throw a hammock up.
Hammocks!
We're
have
getting
trees.
sleeping
do.
bags.
I like hammocks.
Yeah.
I'm
Just
a
saying.
fan of hammocks. I'm
Just
a
saying.
fan of tents too. I bought a teepee tent, so I like
I was
tents
gonna say, we
too.
should leave some tent. We should get some tents.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some cheap tents.
You will never
Just
run out.
like the first COLT.
We,
Yes.
oh my gosh.
We hear the stories. so
Army
let's just
surplus
redo it.
tents and it got down into the 30s.
Tent on the
Uber.
mound.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I like where we're going with
The
this.
food was catered in from Hampton.
We're not catering in the food anymore.
And the story goes, it wasn't very good, but there was
Plenty of it. People were happy.
We're not
Ours
starving.
is very good, and there's plenty
And there's
of
plenty
it.
of it.
Yeah.
We've changed that.
Very
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Very true.
We're getting up there in minutes. And I'm gonna wrap
That's
it up
where we are. We
by
just go down the
saying
rabbit hole.
thank you, Krystl.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
On behalf of Maile, Micheala, and myself, this has been the Hospitalityc Authority Podcast from the Leadership Center. We make moments that matter.